What is a multiplexer? A multiplexer, or MUX, is a combinational circuit used in computer architecture to select one of several input signals and forward the selected input to a single output line. It's often described as a data selector.
What is a 4-to-1 multiplexer?
A 4-to-1 multiplexer MUX is a digital circuit that selects one of 4 input signals and forwards it to a single output line based on the values of two select lines.
It works like a TV remote, one input phase out, one output. So let's dive back into the problem of the day. We'll be dealing with this image of a 4-to-1 multiplexer.
What the diagram shows. This is a digital logic circuit, which is like a decision-making tool made up of electronic gates. The circuit has inputs for input signals labeled I0, I1, I2, and I3. Outputs to output signals labeled SO and S1. Gates, several green shapes that represent logic gates. These are AND gates, and an OR gate. What each part does. 1. Inputs I0, I1, I2, I3. These are like switches that can be either on 1 or off 0. The circuit uses these inputs to make decisions. 2. The AND gates. Think of an AND gate as a gate that only opens outputs 1 if all the switches connected to it are on 1. If even one switch is off, then the gate stays closed output 0. There are 4 AND gates in the circuit. 1 takes I0 and I1 as inputs. 1 takes I1 and I2 as inputs. 1 takes I2 and I3 as inputs. 1 takes I3 and I0 as inputs. Each AND gate checks if its two inputs are both 1 and sends the result forward. 3. The OR gate. The OR gate is like a gate that opens outputs 1 if at least one of its inputs is on. It only stays closed outputs 0 if all inputs are off. The outputs of the 4 AND gates are fed into this OR gate, which combines them to produce the final output SO.
Imagine you have 4 buttons, I0, I1, I2, I3, and you can only press one at a time. This circuit figures out which button you pressed and tells you its number in binary using S1 and S0. Press I0 and it outputs 0, 0. Press I1 and it outputs 0, 1. Press I2 and it outputs 10. Press I3 and it outputs 11.
I hope this video was able to help you out in understanding 4-to-1 multiplexing.